Now, what do you remember about arriving at the decision that you wanted to be a wrestler?
Well, I went down to see my father in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and to tell him I graduated from high school,
Hmm.
college. So I went down to see him, and I told him I'd graduated, and he's like, "Well, I'm happy you did that," and just kind of blew me off. I
Hmm.
said, "Well, go to college, and become an architect." And he's like, "Well, I hope you don't need anything from me because I don't have anything to give you."
Oh man.
I'm like, "Wow, thanks for the help, Dad."
Yeah.
I was the first kid in my family to ever graduate from high school.
Were you really?
Yeah, yeah, and did so with great grades. So I was hurt. I was angry, and we went to a wrestling show, and youth, ignorance, and alcohol got involved.
Oh boy.
After about 6 or 7 beers, it came to my mind that if I wanted my dad to be proud of me, I needed to go get in the ring and beat up somebody.
Okay.
You know, that just made all the sense in the world to me. And I wasn't afraid of nothing. So I went up to the ringside and I beat on the mat and I challenged this guy named Billy Bad Boy Hines and got in the ring with him and he stretched the shit out of me. He had me crying. He had me pissing on myself. I'm lucky he knew who I was because he could have hurt me really bad.
Yeah.
But he stretched the hell out of me for about 15 minutes, man. He had me crying, crying for mama and everything, man. Oh, it was horrible. To the point that I had to crawl out of the ring. I couldn't
Holy
get up.
shit.
I crawled back to the locker room, and my father was standing there, and he looked down at me and he goes, "I'm ashamed of you. You're gutless, and you'll never amount to anything."
Mm.
Wow, that was hard to take.
Fuck yeah.
And I remember that night laying in bed, man, and so upset, so angry, and that's when I made the decision I was going to be a wrestler. That I was going to be a wrestler that was better than my father, no matter the size difference, because he was 7 foot and weighed 425 pounds,
Yeah, huge guy.
and but I made up my mind that no matter what, I don't care what I had to do. If it was cheating, okay, I'll do it. If it was stealing, okay, I'll do it. I made a deal with the devil that night, man. And after that, the next day, I started trying to see how I could get involved. The father didn't want me to be a wrestler.
So when you came to your father and told him this afterwards, like, Dad, I'm gonna be a wrestler, he told you, nope, not gonna help you.
Yeah, he said, "I'm not going to help you wrestle. You can't do it." So I said, "Well, how about refereeing?" And he made me a referee.